Things look pretty dark for our heroes, because the main baddie has a name related to it. Hey guys, MasakoX here. I hope you had a really good holiday and are able to relax for a little while longer, and you got what you asked for, and are with the people that you love. I wish I could say the same thing for the likes of our future counterparts in this particular story, if you have been with us for a while. If not, then we are talking about the idea about what might have happened had the other minion of Vegeta switched sides after his former boss had discarded him due to him no longer being fit for purpose. At least in the eyes of Vegeta. However, in this story, things do end up taking a turn for the better for its main focus, as we ask today, what if Nappa turned good? Yes, I know. There's been a lot of good boy stories around the channel lately, but it's the holidays, and some goodness never did anyone any problems. And besides, it's what you guys like. And as producer Nappa would say, you gotta please the people. In any case, the idea of a character changing sides is not often explored in mainstream media, but in Dragon Ball, at least a third of the roster of the Dragon team actually had that happen to them, if not half. They were once the ne'er-do-wells that faced off against Goku, and then decided that they liked living, and chose to become friends with the main character. Not just, indifferent. A solid choice, if not for their integrity as actual characters though in some cases. Either way, Nappa had that happen to him, and he became a firm favourite amongst the Som family in this particular scenario for multiple reasons, before then settling down and choosing to live out his days quietly with his own little garden, since he liked doing that and growing Cybermen back in the day. That is until his future self shows up! In the last part, future Nappa showed off his ultimate skills, but then had a moment where he doubted his own abilities. However, he needed to step up and show his past self that he was still the best version of Nappa. They still have that rivalry going on from way back in part 3. With that, the group have gone to the future, with the present Nappa aspiring to revive the gardens of the future, to show his future self that he can appreciate his former hobbies and find some chances to actually relax, despite looking like he was an extra from RoboCop. Now heading to the stronghold of Earth's last bastion against Gohan Black, not Goku Black in the story so you know, our story continues. As you might be able to suspect, like in the original, the Earth Resistance do not react kindly to Gohan at first, mistaking him for the target they have been rooting out for years. But future Nappa is able to assure them that the man that they are aiming at is not the same monster who ravished their future. Hey guys, relax! This guy is on the level. Show him the book you bought with you. Gohan sheepishly pulls out the textbook that he was reading on the way to the future. See? Would a bookworm endanger the Earth? Come on! After a few tense seconds to consider this, the troops start to calm down. The Resistance bunch then apologizing to Gohan, who takes his on the chin, despite the bookworm comment. As that's going on, the present Nappa and Goku cannot believe how bleak and hopeless the world of future Nappa is. Man, it's like nothing happened after Cell. Future Nappa sighs. I thought I'd had my fill of bleakness the first time around. This time is different. At least the androids took their time with their conquest and left at least some things untouched. But this time, nothing is safe. The next thing that they do is share some Capsule Corp goodies from the past with the civilians that have managed to survive the power of Gohan Black, which future Bulma and future Bra recognize as their own inventions, being grateful for their past selves showing just as much ingenuity and kindness and consideration as they would. Future Yajirobe is also present, which prompts Nappa to give him some senzu beans from his own garden. Yajirobe is aghast at this. He hasn't seen senzu beans in years. Gohan Black had basically decimated his crops up on the lookout or on his own tower not long after he started his rampage. And oh yes, I thought I'd mention, in order to speed up training and not inconvenience Korin and Yajirobe all the time, Nappa had attempted to grow his own senzu beans in his garden and had actually been somewhat successful.
Oh man, I bet my past self didn't take too kindly to being stood up like that. Oh yeah, I had to make up hard for that one.
He then tells Yajirobe that once they are done with Black and everything's all been sorted out, he could perhaps help to try and grow these magical plants here once again in the future. The Fat Ronin is pretty grateful for this and really moved by this gesture, being reminded of Korin's untimely demise. Meanwhile, Goku's more concerned with the pressing matter of what the future is looking like right now. He wants to have a go at besting Black, as he feels like that it's his turn. Future Nappa, though, is a little exasperated at Goku's impatience, but then remembers the Goku from back in the day, and that calms him down. This is like remembering old times. And so, the Saiyans leave the safety of the HQ, and Goku tries to attract Black's attention by firing a ki blast into the air. Sure enough, it does the trick. In the distance, the tyrant of the planet notices the beam hurl itself into the air. That isn't right, he thinks. Black is puzzled. He was pretty sure that he destroyed their time machine. How could they have fixed it and gotten back here so quickly? Unfortunately for him, though, he isn't given a lot of time to think about this quandary, because the people from the past rise up and shout out for their foe to show themselves right now. Goku then transforms into Super Saiyan to further illustrate their desire to take Gohan Black down right now, and the Saiyan impulses within Gohan Black's body are compelled to respond. And so, they start their fight. Our Saiyan is not expecting this pushback though, not one bit. Goku is surprised by the sudden growth in strength that Black has shown, as he is far stronger than during his fight with Gohan. How did you get this powerful so fast? It's only been hours since we fought. I could only dream of having the potential that you seem to possess. Gohan Black simply laughs to himself. That's because you don't understand the majesty that is myself. You mortals have no clue how to reach the ultimate state of potential, and I will not allow you to ever figure it out. Gohan Black laughs loudly at Goku's growing frustration. But instead of dwelling on it, Goku decides to power up to Blue, thinking that this imposter can't be able to counter this power, right? Not bad. It's a different shade than I expected from what I've seen thus far, but no matter. With little fanfare, Gohan Black is able to go rosé, which greatly confuses everyone involved. The looks on these faces are giving him even more mirth than before. That's enough, my friend! In a bizarre twist, future Zamasu appears, much to the shock of everyone involved. The two reveal that they are indeed allies, and that it is his wish to finish Goku off personally. Goku eats one of their senzu, and proceeds to go for future Zamasu, while the other Saiyans decide to take on Gohan Black directly, who is able to handle both Nappa's and his own counterpart fairly well. You are not a challenge for this elegant power. Your friend couldn't cope with this. What makes you think you can? Ha 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 ha! Because isn't it canon that when you go Super Saiyan Rosé, you develop a British accent for some reason? Although Goku seems to deal pretty well with future Zamasu, at least better than what Super Saiyan Rosé Gohan Black can, the Green Man does not appear to be worried about this power difference at all, which is making Goku suspect that something is wrong, and thusly filling the Saiyan with more and more doubts. Any wounds that he's able to deal, stuff that should be able to end the match instantly, just seem to heal. Then it dawns on him. Goku realizes that his opponent is immortal. This is not good. Sure, Zamasu is a fair bit weaker than Gohan Black, but it doesn't matter if that same being never tires nor remains hurt. Black uses Goku's shock from that revelation to his advantage, and avoids his three opponents and knocks out Goku, interrupting Zamasu's fight with him. Even though Zamasu isn't exactly thrilled with this interference, he is still pretty satisfied with the overall outcome, all the same. Then they use their combined strength to beat the two Nappas and Gohan down. How shameful, Nappa dear. Not even this foolish gesture was enough to help you. It goes to show that we are right in our cause. There's no hope for you now. Perish! Future Nappa braces himself for the end. But before they can be finished off, Future Bra comes to the rescue with a squad of troops that throw sonic grenades and powerful solar flare grenades that are able to distract even the likes of the heavenly duo, and are able to hide the Saiyans away. It's been their only means of defense, really, but it doesn't go off without a hitch though. The price for that though is a brutal retribution that takes the lives of many soldiers. The commander sighs.
We can't afford to do that many more times. It's too costly.
Future Nappa shakes his head and looks up to where he can see Gohan Black and future Zamasu still recoiling, being unable to see or sense them down below. Future Bra and the Saiyans quickly make their exit and return to the present with the time machine, while Bulma stays in the future in order to command the forces, or what's left of them, hopeful that Black won't find their location anymore. Back in the present, the morale is pretty low, as the Saiyans feel very overwhelmed by Black's power. They were not ready for such a boost in such a short space of time. It's like the being had been able to boost the already potent Zenkai to ridiculous levels, or there was some other power supercharging the already immense strength that they'd just seen. Whatever it is mighty, and they had barely any kind of response to it. Whis and Beerus, meanwhile, are conducting their own investigations away from the Dragon Team's gaze. Just to be on the safe side though, the Angel gives Gowasu some tea, as he has heard some rumors about what had happened at Zuno's palace, with a certain young maverick who just so happened to pay a visit. They don't stand for long though, as President Gohan hails the Angel to ask for Whis' help in reaching Super Saiyan Blue. He congratulates the young man for showing initiative, and promises to do what he can, whilst the two Nappas, having been massively fatigued from the events, decide to just not train and rest in the garden, feeling like they have reached their limit and will not be any more help going forward.
Look at us. Ain't this a sad sight? One Saiyan elite for the Frieza Force, and now just a bunch of old coots brooding in a patch of grass.
President Nappa looks up, annoyed.
I would clobber you for that remark, but right now, you're not wrong.
Before they can get any more chances to mope though, the two are confronted by Cafe, who asks why they're not training with the others, as she had heard from Bulma and Chi-Chi that every single Saiyan or half Saiyan were preparing, and assuming that Nappa would be doing the same thing, but they're not. And Nappa explains that they feel like they're too old for this, and are at the end of their path as warriors. Well, useful warriors. But in a bizarre twist of convention, Nappa's partner now decides to not let this remark slide. Cafe berates them and says that they are merely making excuses, as people should never stop growing, they never do. Even in their later years, she is living proof. By you giving up, what does that make me? Should I give up? Nappa looks away ashamed. She then reveals something that she never told Nappa before. She had not always been a painter. In fact, she didn't learn how to paint until her late husband passed away not that long ago, and she needed an escape from it. By now, she actually feels pretty confident about her art. It's never too late, boys. I'm not going to let you give up. This inspires both Nappas to do at least something in response to Gohan Black, as they then go to the gravity room, where Vegeta and Goten already are located, and decide to work on their synchronous skills. Due to his intellectual prowess, Gohan is able to reach Super Saiyan Blue at a very quick rate, surprising both Goku and Whis, and proving that in this universe at least, hybrid Saiyans are capable of such feats. Now Gohan feels more able to deal with his future counterpart, and he leaves with Goku to regroup and figure out a plan of action against their enemies for their potential second trip to the future. Beerus and Whis are able to thwart the attempt on Goasu's life, and Beerus Hakai Zamasu, much to Goasu's shock, sort of like in the original. Beerus is now convinced that he has gotten rid of the problem before it even arose, but just to stay on the safe side, the group should maybe return to the future to make sure that Beerus' actions did the trick. This time it's present Bulma who goes instead of future Bra, who takes some time off to bond with her present self, and Goten, who develops a massive crush. When they get there though, back to the future, they hope that things have fixed themselves, but they haven't. Things are not looking that good, since the resistance base has unfortunately been discovered and is being attacked right now. Here we have the old chestnut of Black revealing his identity and how he got the body, which gives Gohan a notable rage boost and enrages Goku. But even that is not enough to beat Black. Sadly, this second attack is a complete and utter failure, and the resistance base is destroyed in the process. Future Bulma is able to distract Black and Zamasu long enough to be able to give the Saiyans time to escape and retreat back to the past again. But she bets this with her life, which devastates future Nappa. They return to the past with dire news, but they haven't given up yet. They hatch a plan. If they can't destroy Zamasu, they could maybe imprison him. They need Mafuba. After licking their wounds, our heroes are on their way to Kame House. This might be their last hope. And that's where we're going to be leaving things for right now. So what do you guys think? Who is going to learn the Mafuba the quickest? Will they be able to remember everything, unlike the main timeline? Leave a comment below and let's get this discussion going. And I shall see you in the next video. Catch you later!